Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today I'm here to talk to you for a few minutes about cultivating negativity online and how creators can sometimes play a role in this. I had a few thoughts, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so full disclaimer in the beginning of this video, I know that sometimes when I do these commentary videos, it can come off as if, I think I'm doing it right and everyone else is wrong. Like, that narrative is so tired and so just doesn't even mean anything. The whole thing is that the way that I look at things is that I'm always learning, I'm always growing, and I'm here to have conversations with anyone who wants to have an actual conversation with me. So this video is definitely not me saying that I'm the greatest thing ever. I'm definitely not, and I have a lot of faults, and I'm willing to reflect on things as needed. So I just wanted to put that in the beginning of this video because I feel like the claws come out and it's like, y'all know how it goes. So either way, but I want to talk about this today because this is a thought that I had. Cancel culture is such a prominent point of conversation with people online, and you have most people that are totally against cancel culture. It doesn't matter what the person did. Nobody should ever be canceled online, and that's where some people stand. Some people kind of stand in the middle. That's pretty much where I stand, where once in a while there will be things that happen where a cancellation is needed. When you're creating your presence online, I always compare it to having a storefront. So for me, my channel is my storefront. My social media page is my storefront. And if I came out and, I don't know, let's just use the Nikki Phillippi situation. She's always, kind of right here when I think about people that deserved to be called out and essentially canceled. If I did something like that, don't ever doubt that I wouldn't be dragged across the internet for months and probably years. There are people who drag one another for far less than what Nikki and Dan Phillippi did. When it comes to kind of standing in the middle of the road, that's kind of where I identify myself, is that once in a while there might be something where it's like, yeah, that person should not be successful financially online any longer. And I know that a lot of you guys kind of stand in the middle where I do. And then there are also some people who stand on the completely opposite side, and they feel like the moment that someone is problematic or gets exposed for anything, that they're canceled. They're done, they're out of here. So just like everything else in life, we all stand on one side or the other, or there are people that stand in the middle. That's pretty simple. I think the cancel culture has gotten this really negative kind of vibe behind it because of the internet and how ruthless and vindictive people online can be. When you hear the word canceled or cancel this person or they got canceled, a lot of people associate that with just the absolute worst of the worst when it comes to internet culture and call out culture. I always kind of say, instead of it being canceled, most of what happens online, I would say 98% of it, is accountability culture. All that people on the internet want to see the influencer do is take some accountability, maybe take some time offline, reflect, and then come back and actually show us that you have changed. And that is exhibited through behavior, repeated behavior of showing, hey, I'm not that jerk that I was exposed for in 6 months ago. I'm back and I'm actually not a really bad person, and I'm going to show you through repeated behavior that I am not what they said I am. So when I think of that, I can't speak for everyone on the internet, but most of the time, it's not that people actually want this person to go away forever. They just want to see that they're not a jerk. They want to know that they haven't been supporting a douchebag for, months or years. They just want some accountability. So I definitely think that, this call out culture and commentary and drama stuff has a place online, because if it were not for commentary and drama channels, a lot of these things that are shown would have been ignored if more people were not talking about it. So that's the whole thing with call out culture, cancel culture, whatever it is that you kind of see it as is totally fine. Then there's this other side of this entire situation where you have YouTubers and people on other social media platforms. It could be Twitter, Facebook, whatever, Twitch. They always talk about how bad cancel culture is for YouTubers and the internet as a whole. However, it seems like it's forgotten how someone's content can cultivate people that hate influencers or YouTubers or public figures based on the content that is being published about said public figure. I hope that makes sense. Cultivating negativity and hatred on your channel for one person or a group of people can be just as damaging to that public figure as cancel culture. So just because it's not being labeled as being canceled, if you are cultivating hatred and bullying and harassment towards an influencer or a celebrity or whoever it is, that can be just as damaging to that person's mental health. And I see this so often where there are endless videos made about someone where it's like disguised as commentary, but it's actual bullying and harassment. And it can be so scary to see the things that people are saying in the comments section about whoever the topic of the video was. It can be super scary. Commentary channels, drama channels, they can do whatever they please, obviously, because we have freedom of speech and all of that good stuff. And I've heard that a lot from people in my comment section where they will say, oh, well, let's just say without a crystal ball, for example, oh, well, you shouldn't have that opinion because she has freedom of speech. But the content that you're creating has a huge impact on whoever it is that you're talking about. And if you are cultivating negativity and hatred, then you are playing a hand in this issue of why the internet is so ugly and toxic in the first place. That's my opinion. It might be an unpopular one, but I don't care. And you guys know I always talk about social media currency and how important it is to make sure that your minutes are being spent on consuming content that you would be okay with literally giving $3, $5, $10 to that person directly. If you do not feel good about walking up to that person in real life and giving them $10, watching their content is doing the same exact thing. And I also realize that this whole conversation sort of teeters on being a content cop and a gatekeeper or whatever it is that people want to label this as. This is definitely not me attempting to be a gatekeeper or a content cop or anything like that. I don't really care what people do, but if I see channels that are being concealed as commentary channels, but all that they're doing is cultivating hate for influencers that really aren't doing anything that bad to begin with, then I will share my opinion about it. And anytime I have the opportunity, I will always remind my subscribers how important social media currency is, because I know that by watching a video, sometimes it's not like you're not automatically thinking about giving this person $7 or however much. But in turn, that's exactly what you're doing. So if this silly little video can be a friendly reminder to utilize your social media currency in a positive way, then I'm completely okay with that. But, you know, what do you guys think about this whole idea of people online claiming that they hate cancel culture, but they participate in cultivating hate directed at one individual? Or it could be multiple individuals. Whoever that topic is the one that is having hate directed towards them. And let's also be really clear, there's an obvious difference between hate and actually just asking for some accountability. I think that we're all old enough to know the difference between delivering a little bit of criticism and actually bullying or just spitting hate and negativity towards someone. So I won't go down that rabbit hole today. But I do think that this is a way that a lot of people online and creators or whatever can conceal what they're doing, because they just say, oh, well, it's just commentary. It's just commentary. I'm just sharing my opinion. But when you have critical thinking skills, you can see right through it. And, you know, that's just how I feel. So the way that I've always kind of looked at it is I reserve my opinions for when they're actually worth sharing. I'm not here to pick on anyone or bully anyone or attack them with personal insults. You guys know that's never been my gig, and it won't ever be my gig. And I'm not going to ever disguise harassment and personal insults as just sharing my opinion. That's not how I roll. But, you know, think about it and share your opinions down below. If you are watching this video and any certain creator comes to mind, then that also speaks volumes too. You guys know I have cleaned up my subscription list a ton, especially over the last few months, and I feel much better about opening up YouTube. I refuse to give my social media currency to any individual on this platform that is disguising harassment and bullying as criticism or commentary. So either way, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.